My name is Krzysztof Piątek. I work in Invention and I'm co-organizer of Data and AI Warsaw Tech Summit 2025. And I'm very happy to speak today with Paweł from Million Monkey Software. Hello, Paweł.
Hi, hello.
So Paweł will be a speaker at Data and AI Warsaw Tech Summit. Paweł, could you introduce yourself to us and speak a little bit about what you do?
Yes, sure. I focus on graph analysis and AI, and what particularly interests me is how these two things interconnect and what happens when you combine them and how they fuel each other. And I'm working on graphs, I think, for 15 years or something like that, because even my first commercial project during my studies was revolved around networks and their visualization.
So could you tell us a little bit, what is a graph analysis and how can we use it in big data projects?
Graph analysis is a science that focuses on a relation in data. And it's a bit different from standard approach where we analyze records separately or we focus on aggregative functions like average or variance or stuff like that. And instead it focuses on connections we have in this data and the context. And as it turns out, these connections contain a lot of information that we can use. Great example is organizational network analysis, which is an area which focuses on analyzing communication patterns we have in companies. And what's very interesting, we don't have to analyze contents of the information. We only have to analyze patterns of communication to find out who's most influential person in the company, what possible threats we are facing, or where is a potential for innovation. And what's particularly great in graphs and big data analysis is that it gives us a common platform to join data from different modalities and heterogeneous sources and combine them in one singular place where we can analyze them.
As I mentioned, Paweł will be our speaker on conference Data and AI Warsaw Tech Summit. Could you please tell us a little bit what story will you share on the conference?
Yeah, it will be a detective story. So we'll be describing an investigation we had last year. And it involved employees of a client that were breaching their non-competition contract. And they were using fake accounts on logistics platform to do their work and hide their activities. So we are finding their aliases and pointing out which accounts are fake and used by these former employees.
So it will be a criminal story.
It will be a criminal story, and it was actively pushing forward the investigation as we are giving the client and their lawyers questions to ask, and we are unvolving this complex intrigue. And what's really fun, we used IP addresses and geographical patterns. As it turns out, forwarders have their geographical fingerprints hidden in their logistics platform data. So this is why we called our presentation Tracing the Tracks.
So during the conference, Paweł will tell us more about the details, how was it done and how this story ended. So while we are in criminal stories, in the famous movie Minority Report, police could predict that someone is going to commit a crime. And the main plot was that they could intervene in advance. So prediction engines are well known in business intelligence applications for many years. So my question is, what is your opinion about using this kind of predictions in the area of crime fighting?
Oh, it's quite a complex question. And first of all, I think that it's inevitable that we will be using such systems. So the question is how to do this properly and ethically. And the thing is that we have a lot of trouble with current systems. And on today's book club in the evening, we'll be discussing a book by Kate Crawford that, although gives me a mixed feelings about that. She points out a very important issues of biases we have in data that is used for training such systems. So I think the most important question is how do we introduce these systems ethically? Because we also know that at some point AI will surpass human possibilities in these terms, and we have to use this intermediate period from introducing these systems to the moment when they take over our activities to find how to do this thing ethically, because accuracy doesn't mean the ethical procedure. So we have to be very smart about that. But I think that it's a similar case that we had with autonomous vehicles, where at first we didn't even knew how to ask properly questions on ethical working with autonomous vehicles, but we found out a way to create a socially acceptable approach to these algorithms.
So on the conference, you will be presenting, but you will be also a participant. Which presentations are you going to take part and listen to? What are your types? What are your types?
Yeah, there are quite a few. And the one that immediately caught my eye was about using graph analysis for fraud detection by booking. Sadly, it's in the same time slot as my presentation, so I won't attend. However, it shows how great lineup of the conference is, because even for such a niche subject, it shows different perspectives on the same thing. And another that looks very interesting for me is analysis of why some memes are effective on Reddit. And not only it uses very cool technology, which is transformer architecture for analyzing images, but also it focuses on analyzing social networks. And this is another area of our interest, because as you know from another conference, we work on a platform for analyzing Twitter data.
So thank you very much, Paweł, for your time, and see you in April on conference.
Yeah, thank you for a great talk.
Goodbye.
See you.